a fine.
Yeah, well,
to the Brisbane authorities.
Well, what happened is like
Drew Pavlo, we find you in contempt of court.
He's the first guy to get arrested and like prosecuted for being annoying, I think. Because like the shit that he advocates for is the things that the Australian government already agree on. It's like being pro-Israel, being extremely and viciously anti-China.
And like crazily censorious against anybody who's pro-Palestine. No, it's
like,
nuts.
Like how are your vibes so fucked that the very same administration that is under every other circumstance, like supposed to be on board with what you're doing, literally still prosecuting you?
I think it's as simple as like, if you're really about that clout game, like too much, and like you let it show and you let your naked desire to be like he just wants to be the most successful. He wants to be a really big success and all these other things. And instead it's just like, you can smell the desperation through the computer screen thousands of miles away.
Yeah, he protested on private ground, didn't leave after told to, fined $1,000, tried to get it away on other courts, and in the end, it accumulated to $23,000 that he doesn't want to pay, so he's going to jail by his own will.
All right, see, this is skill issue shit, because it's like he's now like if you like imagine being like a crazy pro-Israel NATO guy. And like doing this like bullshit self-sacrifice thing, and you can't even find a rich guy to bail you out.
Yeah, well,
like somebody who pulls in that kind of money in a half hour.
Sorry, it's just like such a fucking L if you're like going to jail for being too pro-Israel in any of these like Western aligned nations. You literally are. Your vibes are so fucked. You are just such a goddamn loser that even the governments that are very much on board with whatever the fuck you're advocating for are just going, we're going to throw you in jail because you're just so annoying.
Well, and he's also like, in addition to being annoying and like sweaty clout hound who like will not stop inserting himself into people's mentions for lack of a better thing to do with his time in life. There is also like the fact that he doesn't actually have anything interesting or original to say, and that when people like do rebut on even like a semi-substance level, like not even like that comprehensively, like they like push back against his stuff, he bugs out, he goes nuts, and will immediately just start calling you names.
He's just very dumb and very annoying, and I think he's like, I mean, he's basically like, what's his face? Rabbi Shmuley, in the sense that like his very appearance and like the things that he says are so stupid and so insane that like it actually invokes a negative response from allies, where they're like, dude, maybe it's better if you don't say.
But this goes back to that this goes back to the level of vibes, though. I have a really funny. I mean, I have a few different Rabbi Shmuley stories, but my favorite Rabbi Shmuley, like the funniest Rabbi Shmuley story, was that like, because he used to dine out so much on his like old friendship with Cory Booker, he would like write op-eds for like the Times of Israel or whatever. And a guy, Dylan Williams, he's like a you know, lefty-ish like policy guy in DC. We used to work for J Street, now works for somewhere else. But he like took the first word of one of Shmuley's columns, and like the first word in each paragraph or sentence, it was just I, me, Cory, Holocaust, I, me, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other was like 8 years ago, I covered an APAC conference, and they had the main APAC conference at like the Washington Convention Center, the big place, you know, et cetera. And then across the street, there's the synagogue, 6th Street and I, and at the 6th and I synagogue in the basement is where they had all the settlers. Like it's where, and the right wingers who in 2017 were considered like too out there to be given like real main stage FaceTime at the APAC conference. And because I'm, you know, such a smart, well-behaved journalist, I made sure to get there like an hour early before it started so that I knew I could get in. And see, you know, like Naftali Bennett and Ayelet Shaked and these other freaks give their spiel in this basement. And then once that was done and I was like, all right, I need to leave or else I'm going to go insane, I get outside and the first thing that I see is there's a line of people trying to get in. Sure.
Yeah.
I think
was it Drew Pavlov?
I think so. Oh God, that would be.
I think Drew Pavlov is so stupid that he's just like, that's like a
Well,
That's a problem
he's on his Loomer shit now. Have you seen this?
Yeah, that's a problem that's like fixing itself, I think.
Yeah, he's
Because he's like, I think he's going to jail or something because he was he might be going to, yeah, he's arrested because he's like
he's like, I'm too broke to pay